Oh, what's up, assholes? All right, so this is Spacelord, and I'm drunk. No, I'm not actually drunk. I'm half drunk. If you're watching this on YouTube, you might be wondering, like, what the fuck is this? Everything. There's not much. I don't know because that's in the future, and I'm not Marty McFly. But probably you're not seeing a video. If you are, I've been hacked. Because this is a podcast, and I'm just going to be talking for probably quite a while. So let me just sort of clear up what the hell. So if you're like actually watching this on YouTube, you might as well just minimize it or some shit because there's literally not going to be any video this entire clip. So a lot of people have been asking me for a while to do podcasts, and like some of my videos, they're basically kind of like almost podcasts anyway because I just sit there and fucking talk forever. So I thought, yeah, let's give that a shot. Let's try that out. So I'm going to start doing a weekly podcast. I'm not really sure on my schedule for that. Currently, as I'm recording this, it is Sunday evening. So probably you will be watching this on Monday at the earliest. But, I kind of plan on talking about different topics on my podcast. A lot of overlap with my videos. Masculinity, sluts, lifting, fucking. I might get into some politics here. But I guess one of the differences is I'll be spending more time talking and less time editing clips, right? Because it takes a really long time to make videos. It's usually about 10 to 14 hours. So this might be like a little more serious, but I don't know, not too fucking serious if you know what I mean. My podcast probably it's kind of like a behind the scenes, what's going on with me. So I may update you on what's going on in my life. May tell you some life stories from growing up or earlier in my life, things like that. And also I definitely want to have guests. I do have a guest tonight. She has not been revealed yet. I'll get to her in a minute. You just be, hey, shut up. Be quiet. Very special guest that has never appeared before on any of my videos or streams. So this first podcast is free. The rest, if you would like to continue this series, you have to give me money. Because YouTube sucks for money, despite all the work I put into it, and I would like to be able to make something productive out of this. So, basically, I'm going to make this as a perk for those that subscribe to me on fucking Patreon for $3 or more. They get my weekly podcast. So, I mean, that may seem like some people I already know. They're gonna say I'm being greedy because I would like to get paid for work. I know that seems strange to some of you, especially Bernie Sanders supporters, that I would like to get paid for work. But if you feel that way, I encourage you to live that in your life, to go and get yourself a job at Taco Bell and just tell them, you don't need no fucking money. You're gonna make them tacos for free. You're not a bitch ass sellout like Spacelord. You will make tacos 40 hours a week, no money required. I, on the other hand, am a shithead and a capitalist, and I would like to eat. So I would also appreciate money. And if you think about it, it's not really that bad a deal. Everything I put up on YouTube is free of charge. Everything, if you're a fan of my videos, my content, all of those are free of charge. My live streams are free of charge. Most of you motherfuckers I know are running ad block because I see it in my statistics, so you don't even watch ads. So yeah, this is going to be more of a limited thing, and it works out to being 75 cents a week. If I'm lucky, maybe I'll get, a handful of people that will subscribe to it, and maybe I'll make, $3 an hour for my work. Yay. But anyway, enough bitching about socialists and Bernie supporters. Let's talk a little bit more about the podcast. If you are interested in subscribing to my podcast or helping me to make content, and I'll be honest, the sort of the only reason why I'm kind of hanging in there is because of my support on Patreon, because YouTube has been just shoving it up my ass lately. But that's another story We might talk about that more in a minute. My special guest for tonight is none other than Fangirl. You may recognize her from some of my live streams, which I know I haven't done in a while. So, say hi.
Hello.
Yes, there, I proved she is here. And for those of you who don't know, Fangirl is none other than my wife of... how long have we been married?
17 years.
17 years. So quite a while. Very happily married, I might add. So many people have asked me since I started this channel why I never have my wife on. So I thought this might be an interesting time to have her on. She's always there for my live streams. For those that have come to my live streams on Twitch and YouTube, Fangirl, you know, that's my wife. So she's usually hanging around during live streams. The reason why she hasn't really been a part of anything in a more active role, I guess, is she's very shy. She's very demure. She prefers to stay in the kitchen barefooted.
Yep.
She prefers baking cakes and taking care of babies. I have a trad wife, okay? So the main reason actually that I decided to bring her on is to prove that I'm not a faggot. Because a lot of people do think that I'm homo because I trash on these stream sluts, but I am not in fact a homosexual. Not that there's anything wrong with that, of course. That's the disclaimer. So what's going on with me? So a little bit, I just want to update people on what's been going on. I know I kind of went dark for a while. I mean, that's not like a racist joke. I kind of disappeared. Didn't make any videos and shit for a while. I'm really, really busy. I got a lot going on. I work a lot, and I'm also trying to get a degree, and I also have a family, and I have other stuff I do. So it's all a lot of shit. And I'll be honest, when I started this channel, I never really imagined, I thought, if I get 100 subscribers, that would be pretty cool, because, for probably the first, few months, I just made really shitty, Let's Plays. I was basically the worst, Markiplier ever in the history of Markipliers. So, my wife doesn't even know who Markiplier is, so,
Marker pliers?
No, Mark. You're such a fucking normie. No, Markiplier. Markiplier.
What the hell is that?
He's a YouTuber.
Oh.
He's very popular. He's got like fucking pink hair.
Huh.
Here, hold on. I'll show you a picture of him.
Okay.
Okay, so here's Markiplier. There he is. Actually, he's got all different. He's rocking some blue hair there. That's the style now. All these guys like Markiplier, they basically have the Hitler haircut. Mm-hmm. But I think you notice too, like Markiplier, he's got the brown hair, mm-hmm. and I think what's going on is he's afraid that he's just going to look like Hitler, so he dyes it blue because Hitler would never dye his hair blue. I can't imagine Hitler dyeing his hair blue.
No, I don't think.
It's a bit SJW. So. Markiplier, he's blue Hitler. I mean, that's what I typically. He used to be pink Hitler. Oh fuck, he was red Hitler. He really likes dyeing his hair. Actually, I'm looking at these pictures of him, and he's got the same glasses as me. Yeah, fucking shocking. Spacelord wears glasses. I do. I'm nearsighted. I've worn glasses my whole life. I tried contacts, but I actually they don't really work for me because actually. I've always been, like I do a lot of active stuff like martial arts and lift and they just fucking they like screw up when you get really really thrown around. I did judo for a while and shit, and it just you can't really. So I need something I can just pull off, just take off. But yeah, he's got the same damn glasses. Those are like tap out glasses. But I noticed I'm looking at the pictures of him, and I think he's the first person that I've ever seen in my entire life. That when with his glasses off there, he actually looks uglier. I don't know how you can be uglier with your glasses off, but he pulled it off. So he just plays video games and makes over fucking reaction. Like he plays those. I'm not hating. Everybody's like, no fucking dude. I'm not hating on Markiplier. I make fun of fucking everybody. But he's one of those guys. He'll play Five Nights at Freddy's. And like he's played the game like 40 hours before he ever makes the video, And then there's the one fucking jump scare, and he acts all scared, and people are like, oh, and they fucking like that. They like, if I actually did have a cam, which I don't think will ever happen, but if I ever did, I would just play scary games, and every time something happened, I would just fall out of my chair and scream like a girl for 20 to 30 seconds straight. And I guarantee you, I would have 50 million subscribers. I'd be fucking famous. That's how you do it. Or unless you're a girl. If you're a girl and you just have cleavage. And literally, you can pretty much say anything at that. It doesn't matter. Just, all these bitches, just be like, oh, hi guys. Today, I went shopping for new socks. Hee hee. And then you fucking hold up your socks. And then, 50 million views. That's how, you got tits. It's a lot like Twitch. So anyway, I don't even remember what I was supposed to be talking about. Oh yeah, what's going on with me? So after my kind of quiet period, I'm kind of been getting going again. As you can see, I've been uploading videos. I'm trying. I've set myself that no matter what, no matter if I have to literally not sleep for 24 hours or whatever, I'm gonna get one video a week. I've absolutely. I hold myself to that. And I'm actually trying to think of some ways that I can do more than one video a week that doesn't... The problem is the time and editing. Like, if I had some motherfucker to edit this shit up. But the editing takes a lot of time. So I'm going to try out releasing some videos that doesn't take as much editing. But then I've tried that once before, and people started bitching at me. They're like, oh, he's not trying anymore. He's just fucking trying to be lazy and get fucking views. So, I don't know. We'll see. You probably will see one of those videos or more this week. And then on the weekend is more where I try to do things that take a bit more time. Because, honestly, a video what was my last video? That one dumb bitch. Zoe Berger. Zoe Berger shit herself twerking. That thing took a long ass time. That took 14 plus hours to get that thing worked out. So the hell are you doing, woman?
Trying to look at that guy.
It's fucking Markiplier. Don't be checking out Markiplier.
I want to watch one of his videos.
You want to watch? Well, fucking do that on your own time. If we're not fucking watching Markiplier videos, you would probably like him because you're a filthy normie. And that's who watches him.
What the hell's a normie?
People that ask that question. All right. So yeah, that's anyway, that's what's going on with my channel. That's all the things going on with my channel. And what's some future things? What's some future things going on? This is kind of an update video, so I'm kind of just running through some things because it's a bunch of shit that I always kind of want to tell people. I have a big Britney video planned. I know that's going to take me fucking forever to get through, but I have a lot of interesting things to say about Britney, Venti. You guys know I love fucking remixing and doing her videos and shit. She's basically kind of given up on the whole Britney Venti thing, so and moving to other things, and so I want to talk about that. But overall, I'm gonna move my main, my channel more towards just being just fucking goofy ass funny shit, and then more just longer rants or talks or whatever. I think I'm gonna try to do more on podcasts. So, like the whole testosterone thing. I think that's better suited towards a podcast, and I'm gonna talk about that in a minute anyway. And then the other thing is live streams. A lot of people have been asking me if I'm going to start live streaming again. And I mean, I would like to. I live streaming can be kind of fun. But I know in the past that, if I do a live stream, it basically takes up a whole afternoon and evening of time, where I could have made a video. And basically, here's what happened with the live stream. I was doing the live streaming, and then on Twitch, and then I was doing the talk show, gaming talk show, and that got really, really popular. Because when I was just doing my gaming, I would get 15, 20 people or something watch. And then when I went to doing the talk show, at the end, and I say at the end because I got banned, I was having I don't know, like 150 people. Some nights on the really good nights. So it got really popular, and I was starting to get a lot of donations, and like I was really getting into that the streaming because it was becoming successful. And then I got banned because the main thing I was doing, I was streaming the stream sluts. I was restreaming them and like making fun of them and shit. And that's against Twitch rules. I don't know. I don't know if I could do that on YouTube. So I'm a little bit hesitant to try to just live stream where I'm just playing games because people just don't really like that so much. And I understand because I'm kind of like only 10-20% a gaming channel anymore. I've evolved. I've moved away from just gaming. It's a bit of gaming. So a lot of people that like my videos, they don't necessarily want to just watch me fucking play games and shit. And so there you have it. And call me a view whore or whatever you want, but I don't really fucking... I'm not going to sit there and stream and spend my night streaming so that for 5 people when I could instead make a video which would reach, it depends on the video, 5,000 people, 200,000 people, depending on if it was a popular video or not. So I don't like fucking wasting my time. That's the point there. What are your thoughts on that, fangirl?
Don't waste time.
There you have it. She doesn't talk much. That's why I married her. That's my advice to you guys. If you ever want to get married, your first question should be, does she talk too much? Because women that talk too much, they will make you poor.
How's that?
Well, because they'll fucking be talking at you all the time, and you won't have any. They'll always be like, "Let me tell you about their day," and they'll be telling you about fucking Susie.
That's true.
Who?
Because when you're working, like I try to avoid talking to you so that you can do your work.
That's true. Maybe that's, and I'm always working. I'm literally always working on something. Maybe that's why you fucking. She's a good girl though. Yeah, she knows if I'm working on work stuff or business stuff or I'm working on Spacelord stuff. She just leaves me be, and she's very supportive. But that's one of the reasons too, for those that would criticize me for doing things that will get me more views or more money. Like you got to do what's effective, because at the end of the day, I have a family to support, and so they're my first loyalty. I mean, I love my fans. Believe me, I do. I really do love my fans. But not as much as I love my family. So they're my first priority, and I got to think about what's doing things that's going to benefit them. I mean, I do like making videos and shit, but I probably wouldn't push myself so hard and be missing sleep and shit to make videos if I was getting 5 views a video, right? I mean, it's just the way it is. People can talk about like creating things, but if you're a writer or a painter or a musician, like if you're a musician and you're sitting there and you're playing music like on the side of the road, and literally no one stops and listens and no one drops $1 in your hat, you're probably just going to pack your shit up and go home. And honestly, if you don't, you're kind of a fucking idiot, right? I mean, it's not working, right? When shit doesn't work, you need to move on and do shit that does work. So that's my plan there. So we'll see. And it's just like this podcast too. This is my first one, and I don't really have a plan. I usually don't. I do things kind of off the cuff. And so, cuff? What's it? Wait, cuff. Cuff. Is that the thing on your pants?
Or your shirt.
I'm trying to figure out what the hell that means, off the cuff. I feel like you're pissing your pants or something. You're just doing it off your cuff. It's like you went up to a urinal and you're pissing, and you're like, fuck, it's off my cuff. I used to have these pants. I used to have a suit, like the old school suits. If any of you guys dress in suits, you fucking know. I have suits. I have to wear them sometimes for work and shit. But I had this one suit. It was like a really old suit. I got it at a thrift store, but it was nice as fuck. It was like pure, like really high quality wool and stuff. And it was like really old school 1920s. So the bottom around the hem of your ankle it was like cuffed up. It was like this little pocket. And so if you actually pissed in that, it would just fill up because it was water repellent. And you would just have a little pool of piss that you'd be sloshing around all day.
That's disgusting.
That's why I quit getting the cuffs. That way it just runs on down into my shoe. but people can't see it. This fucking program, it doesn't have a timer. I don't even know how long I've been going. You know, like
19 minutes, 20 minutes.
Where do you see that shit?
Right in the middle.
Oh, it's right in the fucking middle. Okay. I had to get some new fucking software for this podcast shit. Okay, 20 minutes. That's good. I just want to make sure that I don't go too short or make it ridiculously long, because believe me, I can talk for a really, really, really long time.
Yes.
I mean, I can just, if I get going, I can, I'm like that at sex too. I can just fucking go all fucking night. I'm talking about talking right now. And just fucking never shut up, Which is, I don't want to reveal too much. I'm not trying to dox myself, but that's also pretty much my job. All I do all day is talk. So I'm really surprised I haven't been doxed by people, because I'm kind of like well known in real life. And I always thought it's kind of funny because I'm kind of famous in real life, and I'm kind of famous in my alter ego. I'm like a famous what's that guy with the fucking glasses? He's a reporter. He's got big biceps.
I don't know.
He's got that girlfriend.
Real life? No.
No, he's not. No, he like runs in phone booths and he turns.
Superman.
Well, not Superman.
Oh, Clark Kent.
Yeah, I'm like Clark Kent. If Clark Kent was who's that guy that does the TV show and he bitches at everybody? Tucker Carlson. I'm like Clark Kent if Clark Kent was Tucker Carlson and Tucker Carlson was Superman. That's basically me in real life. Like 2% of my audience will get that reference. My last video I made a Helen Keller joke. No, one person got it. Nobody knows who fucking Helen Keller is. Sometimes I'm a little too smart for my audience is the problem. This is why I drink.
Maybe you should enlighten people.
Huh?
Maybe you should enlighten.
I try not to enlighten people. It will only lead to revolts and uprisings and apocalypse. It's better if people just watch, people shitting themselves and just let's all just opiate ourselves. I'm drunk. Everyone else should just be drunk too. It's the only way to deal with modern society. That's what I say. That's what I say. Are we out of whiskey?
Yep. No. We're out of soda.
Wait, no, there's another one in the refrigerator.
I just drank it.
You fucking drank it?
Right here.
It was a whole...
See this cup?
You need to drink stronger drinks.
Hey, I poured a lot of rum in there.
So you drank all them sodas?
Yep.
And all the rum?
Mm-hmm.
Well, all right, we're going to have to fucking get moving on this podcast because if I go sober, this shit's going to go south quick.
You go do some shots.
I don't do shots. It gives me heartburn. I drink rum mixed with soda, or I drink whiskey mixed with soda, or I drink beer, and that's pretty much it. I don't do shots and I don't do bitch drinks. All right. So one thing I wanted to talk about tonight is testosterone. I made a video on this, and a lot of people were asking me to make another video. Nobody fucking liked that video. So I'm going to talk about it in the podcast, and so if anybody asks, I'll be like, just watch the fucking podcast. Because it's a lot of shit, and it's just a bunch of talking anyway, and there's nothing funny. And people get pissed off if I'm not funny. And there's not really anything funny about testosterone. I don't know. It's really actually... No. Like lots of shit. If a woman gets breast cancer, I got jokes for days. Got jokes. AIDS. You'd have to stop me. But testosterone, that's a serious condition. It's no joking matter. I'm gonna have to see if I can find some more alcohol because I'm feeling like I'm 10% sober here. All right, my fucking woman's retarded. There was still a fucking soda in the refrigerator, so. I have a drink. All is not lost. So, let's talk about testosterone. So, testosterone, vitamin T, as I like to call it. So, in my first video on the thing, which is on my channel, low T symptoms or whatever. Which by the way, YouTube is a fucking bitch. They demonetized that video. It's not like I would have made fucking 7 cents off it anyway, because fuck me. But yeah, they demonetized the video because it was like not suitable for advertisers. And this was the most hilarious thing ever, because out of all I talk about some, let's be honest, pretty fucking offensive shit. You know, like my videos they offend me sometimes. And and then I make one video that's like, there was nothing in there. Like, it was just legit. It was like a fucking video to help the masses. I'm like, look, guys, like, if you're suffering from this, you know, fucking, you know, get your blood test or what. And they demonetized that shit out of all the videos, out of all the fucking tits and ass and all of my profanity. That's the one they demonetized.
They don't want men to get help.
They don't. Fucking Google, man. They're part of the conspiracy to fucking make men weak ass bitches because they stay docile. That's part of that's what Taco says. He thinks there's a testosterone conspiracy. I'm probably the next podcast. I'm gonna get Taco, and we're gonna talk about the testosterone conspiracy. He's a conspiracy theorist. I am not so much. I'm very skeptical about this shit. I don't fucking believe anything. Like, you know, like I'm a little skeptical about gravity even. You know, like, you know, it's just fucking, you know, how do you know? It's not magnetism. Like, how do you actually know? Just because they fucking told you? Like, I don't know. But that'll be the next podcast. We'll talk about that. So to recap, about the testosterone. So the last video, really quickly, basically what happened was, first of all, testosterone is not, the symptoms are not always what you would think. People think of testosterone, they think of emasculated, whiny ass bitches, or men who act like bitches, who are like skinny as fuck, or guys that have no sex drive and all. I didn't have these symptoms. I was still lifting in the gym. I was still stronger than most of the guys in the gym, although I was having trouble making further gains. I was kind of stuck where I was at. Still pretty fucking strong. Didn't have any problems with my sex drives. That was all fine. But basically, I felt like shit. I just felt like shit. I would wake up in the morning and I had no motivation to kind of get up and do what I needed to do. I didn't have any motivation to do YouTube stuff or to go to work. And I fucking really had to push, you know, took pure willpower to go to the gym. Basically, I didn't feel like doing anything. I lacked ambition. I lacked any motivation. And I don't think my wife, she wasn't too keen on how I was back then either.
Nope. You were looking sickly.
She says I was looking sickly. Apparently I was pretty peckish. Or whatever. I don't know. I don't know what that really means, but...
And you were acting depressed-like or something.
Okay, thanks for that contribution. None of it picked up on the mic, but that was good stuff. Basically, as I said, I didn't have motivation. I was having trouble sleeping, and I don't know. I was very depressed. I fucking felt like giving up on life. And so I thought, you know, I don't know. I was thinking, I thought I was just fucking depressed. Like, I actually was thinking about going into counseling, but I've never like talked to a psychologist or anything. But it was getting to that point. I was considering it. And then the wife said, "Hey, they're doing this free fucking blood testing. Why don't you check it out? You know, there might be something going on." And I did. And they said my testosterone was low, and it was fucking surprising to me because no one ever has said in their life that I struck them as effeminate. Like, that's never happened ever. But apparently my testosterone had dropped for whatever reason. So, in this video, like, a lot of people were wondering, like, what have been the results. I started getting the testosterone shots. And for those that know about, like, levels and shit, my testosterone was at 187. Which is really fucking shit. That's pretty shitty. I don't actually even know how I was still fucking lifting in the gym and shit, but whatever. So I started getting shots. I get a weekly shot. They give me 3 different things. They give me a shot of testosterone. They give me a pill. I forget what the fuck it's called, but it's basically to keep your body producing testosterone so it doesn't stop while you're getting the shots. And then they give me another pill that's an estrogen blocker because when your testosterone goes up, your testosterone, your estrogen tends to go up too. So they're blocking that shit so that, you know, I don't turn in. I don't know what, it would be really weird if you had mega fucking estrogen plus testosterone. Estrogen tends to cancel out testosterone. It like eats it up. My doc told me that like when he first started getting treatment, he wasn't on an estrogen blocker and his estrogen spiked, and he started crying at a SpongeBob video. So he said if that ever happens, definitely let us know. But I also get my blood tested I get my blood tested every 6 weeks, so they track all that shit. So I've been getting shots now since I think it was July or August. So it's been like 5 months or so. Currently, as of my last blood test, my testosterone levels are a little over 900. So pretty fucking high, basically silverback gorilla level. Huh?
7 months.
7 months.
Yeah.
The short version is I feel fucking amazing. I feel better than I've ever felt in my entire life, including when I was 16, 17, 18, 21, literally any time in my life. I feel better. I feel more mentally alert. I didn't even realize this was happening, but I was starting to get like fucking ADD symptoms or something where, you know, like I was trying to do some work or a project and I was fucking clicking and like going away from it and thinking about other shit. You know, now I could fucking play chess for 8 hours straight. Like I have absolute, almost autistic levels of focus at this point. The gains in the gym for those of my bros who lift have been absolutely insane. This is I essentially feel like what I would think getting steroids, which, you know, kind of is the same thing. But basically, I've been lifting for a few years, and in the gym, it's like been a reset. You know, it's like being a newbie at the gym again. You know, every time I lift, my weight goes up, and my gains have fucking exploded. So no side effects, no negatives. Everything, I can tell you this, everything about like getting like testosterone and like going into rages and punching walls and all that bullshit, that's complete horseshit. In fact, if anything, my mood has improved vastly. Because prior to this, I was basically kind of getting bitchy, is the only way I can describe it, which is not a good look for a man. We put up with it in women, like my wife. She gets bitchy when she starts getting the devil's blood. when she starts the moon bleeding. You want to discuss this?
Sure. I don't know. What should I say?
Should we trust an animal that bleeds 1/4 of the time and doesn't die?
Yes.
I don't know. It's a little suspicious. It's a little, you know, I think it was the Chinese that said that, like, basically women, they all have demons inside of them, and they keep growing more and more powerful until they get so powerful that they just start spewing out blood, and all the demons get blown out, and then they become really nice again. I think there might be some scientific truth behind that. Like, we just haven't got to the point where we can detect demons in menstrual blood. But I think one day...
I don't think so.
One day, you know, if you watch, you know, Bill Nye, the science guy, he's going to have an episode on this one day. Measuring demons in menstrual blood.
Yeah.
That's what we need to do. But what else with the testosterone? I don't know. You have anything to chime in, because you live with me 24/7.
I don't know. Your muscles been getting bigger.
Muscles been getting bigger. The wife likes that. All right, and this kind of relates to my friend zone video, and in there I had people. You know, Fangirl, she looks at a lot of the comments, and she always likes tracking the comments. She does. She's better than me. She always points out ones that are funny. But, you know, I had a lot of motherfuckers in there. They're like, oh, yeah, well, I know so-and-so, or like girls, girls like skinny guys nowadays. Or they said, like, I know this dude, he's like fucking skinny as a rail, and like he gets chicks. So okay, two different things. Number one, girls do not, okay, a minority might. But your average normal girls do not like skinny guys.
No.
And by skinny, I don't mean trim. And I'm not even talking about like Brad Pitt in Fight Club. I'm not talking about lean. I'm talking about fucking skinny, like skinny jeans, fucking skinny.
I fucking hate skinny jeans.
They are a fucking pox upon humanity, the fucking skinny jeans. Although, you know, like I'm almost having the problem now where I wear baggy jeans, but my quads are getting so big they're turning into skinny jeans. So that's lifter problems. But yeah, like chicks do not, the majority of chicks do not like skinny guys. Now, does that mean that this person who says he knows this guy who's super skinny and he gets tons of chicks? No, because here's the thing: like it's not ever just one thing. You can also be super fit and have a 6-pack and all this bullshit, and not get any girls. Like, and this is true of men and women. But when a woman is looking for a guy, it's not just one thing. She's not like, oh, he has nice biceps, I'm going to marry him. Like, you know, don't fucking oversimplify this shit. A girl looks at a guy's body, but she also looks at his face. Personality is really huge, especially confidence and like what he seems like he's capable of doing. You know, honestly, women judge a lot more shit than we men do. It doesn't mean they're not. It does, and don't go into the whole thing like, oh, that's because men are shallow. Women are shallow as fuck too. Okay, let's be honest. Men and women, we're all shallow. All right, women very much prize looks and money and things like that. Us men, we want a good-looking woman that's not a bitch. That's like 99% of guys would be really happy with that situation. But that, you know, you can be really skinny. I've known fat dudes that got chicks, right? And not all of them were rich either. Because if you have a really strong, confident personality, if you're funny, if you know how to talk to women, you can still get girlfriends. Okay? And so if you're really, really skinny and you have absolutely no muscle, but you're handsome and you're confident and, you know, or whatever, you dress nice, you know, whatever the combination is, you can make up for that in other areas. But that doesn't mean that that a girl that's with this guy likes the fact that he's skinny. That means she likes the other shit about him. All right. You motherfuckers are a little stupid sometimes. Like, just because a girl gets with a guy doesn't mean she absolutely is like 10 out of 10, everything about this guy is perfect. That means she likes some things about him. Like, for example, I know my wife loves me, and if I were to quit going to the gym, and if I were to start getting fat, she would still love me. That doesn't mean she's like super crazy about the fact that I don't lift anymore. It means that I have other qualities that she values. All right. So if you take this skinny guy and he started lifting, chicks would like him even more. Now, it might be that he's so good looking and has such a cool car and he's so confident and so funny and has such a successful track in life that he doesn't need to lift. There are guys like that. And it might, you know, him lifting might be overkill. It might be too much. You can be too much. Believe it or not. I've read about this. There are guys that are super, super good looking and have perfect bodies, and they don't have trouble getting laid, but they have a hell of a time getting a girlfriend because girls don't trust them because they look too good. And they worry about themselves too much. And also they make girls feel very self-conscious because they know that this dude is 10 times better looking than them.
Yeah.
So this can, you know, it can actually, it can backfire a little bit. But that's not what the friend zone video about. The friend zone video was about that dorky ass dude. You saw this video, babe. It was the dorky ass dude with the pants that are fucking mid shin, and he's standing by the fucking horse.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, why did you pan over to the horse? And I just get drunk and do things. I don't plan it out. So my point was this guy, not skinny guys across, that guy right there that was getting friend zoned as fuck. Like, my advice to that dude, and really, I do feel for him. Like, I wish I could take him under my wing and take him to the gym with me 5 days a week. What he needs to do is ditch the retarded clothes, get some good looking clothes, and lift. Because obviously he has some self-confidence issues. All right. And you know, if you have self-confidence issues, believe me, you start lifting and looking better, it'll just fucking explode, because you will get girls looking at you, and you will get more respect from other guys. You can tell, because, you know, there was a period of time where I fucking, you know, I kind of let myself go, and I was out of shape, and I was dressing like shit, and you can tell the difference, because once I started really focusing on myself again, you can tell in the handshake. All right, this is how you can tell with women, because they give you bedroom eyes. They look at you and they want to have sex with you. If you don't know what the bedroom eyes look like, I'm sorry. If you don't know what the bedroom eyes are, then you really should hit the gym and maybe get some advice on your clothing. With guys, it's a little tougher, but you can tell in the handshake. If a guy respects you, he will shake your hand in a certain way, and he will look at your eye in a certain way, and you know what that is. And I get that handshake a lot. Whereas if you look like shit and you look like a bum, you know, people are gonna, you know, even if they shake your hand, they're still gonna give you a firm handshake if they're fucking in charge, but they're just not, they're gonna look at you like a piece of shit. Is that fair? No, it's not fair. And I don't think, let me be clear here, like, if you are, you know, like a gamer dude, you don't work out, and you look like, you know, shit, and you can't get girls, and you get friend zoned, like, I don't think you're a piece of shit. That's the purpose of when I talk about stuff like this, is not to dog people or to bring people down, but, you know, I really want to lift people up, because I've been there. You know, I've been there for a long time, and I kind of pulled myself out of that, and I realized, I guess the thing is, like, there's this unnecessary split. There's this idea that you have, like, jocks, or, you know, like, cool guys, or whatever the fuck you want to call them, and on the other hand, you got, like, outcast gamer dudes, and it doesn't have to, you can be both. Yeah, I'm both. Fucking, I lift, I play video games, I'm nerdy as fuck. I mean, I would be playing D&D if I still had people around to play with. And I would still be hitting the gym 5 days a week and trying to eat healthy, and think about that. My big advice, though, if you're still with me and you're concerned about your testosterone levels, is find someone, try to get a blood test. There's some clinics around that do it. Do not go to your general practitioner. Do not go to a doctor, especially do not go to a female doctor. They don't understand testosterone. If you start talking about low testosterone, the women doctors, 90% of them will think that you just are trying to get free steroids or some bullshit. I have friends who have gone through this. And then even if they give you dosages, they give you dosages that are way too low. They don't give you them at the right frequency. They don't monitor your estrogen. All this stuff needs to be done. So first of all, if you're thinking about getting your testosterone checked or getting some treatment for it, number one thing is read up on it. There's lots of good stuff on the internet. I can tell you right now, there's a whole thing, one big thing, this is the big scare, is that if you get testosterone treatment, that your blood pressure will go up. And this is complete bullshit unless you have like a medical condition already. So, for example, I don't remember what I was before. I haven't had high blood pressure in like a very long time, because I'm pretty active. I think before I started getting treatment, though, I was around 125 over 90 or something. So not too bad. And I've been getting treatment now for like 7 months, and my last blood pressure test was 107, like over 70. So my blood pressure has dropped quite a bit. The other thing is, you know, and the reason for that is that I've been gaining muscle and losing body fat. I also get that checked out to get body composition every 6 weeks. And so, for example, in my last one, I had gained 5 pounds of muscle and lost 1% of body fat. So you can do both at the same time. Testosterone is fucking amazing. But anyway, don't go to a general practitioner. Find a clinic that specializes in testosterone, but also be careful there because there are some that really are just trying to push testosterone. Make sure, the most important thing, I would say, is that you're getting regular blood tests, that they're monitoring your shit, because I've heard some stories about people that were getting treatment and they weren't getting their blood monitored, and basically what happened is their estrogen spiked, and they weren't getting an estrogen blocker or anything like that. So you got to keep this shit under control. I mean, you're injecting fucking testosterone into your body, right? And this is gonna shift all your biochemical systems, and you got to fucking deal with that, man. You got to deal with it. You got to keep things in balance. You got to keep that on perspective. Also, I very much recommend a shot. Don't the patches and all this other bullshit really are they're just kind of like bullshit, more or less. You want to get the shot in the ass. They shoot it they right in the ass every week. That is absolutely the best. Some people do it every 2 weeks, but here's the thing: is free testosterone will only stay in your system for 7 days. So if you get it every 2 weeks, you're gonna be moon swinging like a fucking bitch. You're basically gonna have menstrual cycles. You're gonna be all feeling great for a week, and then your testosterone's gonna dip, and you're gonna be feeling shit for the next week until you get your next shot. So I always stay level. I don't have any mood swings, and my testosterone right now is staying like basically at a steady 900. All right, so I think at this point I'm probably going to start wrapping up this podcast. I'm at, let's see, about 45 minutes or so now. I mean, that's pretty good. My goal for these is anywhere from a half hour to an hour. I mean, of course, it all depends. Of course, my guest today is my wife, and she doesn't talk much. That's now you know why she's not a regular guest. I mean, I think you can see who dominates in this relationship, clearly. Am I right, honey?
Yes.
That's why you like getting spanked and tied up.
Yeah.
All right, I've been drinking again. Hold on. But I mean, I hope you enjoyed this podcast. It's this is my first one, so I think I would like to get some guests. Some of the regulars too. And I've also could bring in like some of my patrons. Maybe get some streamers. Maybe get Brittany on here, talk to her. I don't know. We kind of figure it out. I'll play it by ear and see what works and what doesn't work and kind of move from there. And then, of course, if everybody hates the podcast and it doesn't go over well, then it's something that I'll just abandon and I'll turn my attention to other shit, just like I always do. But hopefully you found some stuff in this video interesting. I don't know. It feels a little weird to be just... Well, it doesn't feel weird to just be talking forever, but it feels weird to not have any sort of visual stuff. I'm used to either looking at my video editor or looking at a live stream or other shit like that. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see how to do this. It's a new format for me.
New frontier.
It's a new frontier. But it's really not too weird for me because... I don't know, because I'm primarily just voice anyway. Yeah, I'll tell you who inspired me a bit was, I guess I'm going to plug him here, but it was Keemstar's Baited podcast. I actually like his I've never really liked a podcast, but I kind of like his. In fact, I like his podcast better than his YouTube channel, although I haven't seen it since everything switched. I liked it when they had Colossal is Crazy on it, and then they had that other dude on there who was just kind of whatever, but when it was him and Colossal... always kind of debating about like news shit. I don't know. I found that kind of entertaining. So maybe we'll do some kind of stuff like that. Maybe we'll get Keemstar on here. We'll get fucking Keemstar. No, we're not gonna get Keemstar. He wouldn't come on my. We'll get Leafy.
You should. I want to see PewDiePie.
Yeah. Next episode of the pie, we're gonna get PewDiePie. We're gonna get to PewDiePie. You know, I like saying it how he says it. Everyone calls him PewDiePie, which makes sense, but he always says PewDiePie. I like saying it the way PewDiePie. It's nice. It's nice. All right, so I guess we're gonna wrap up. Any final thoughts?
Nope.
Any questions? Any pressing questions you've been waiting these 17 years to ask me because you knew one day I would have a podcast and you'd get your opportunity?
No.
No?
No.
Okay. So, leave comments. Let me know what you think. Link is in the description. If you would, the link for Patreon. If you would like to subscribe to future podcasts, that is how you will do it. Although I might like occasionally have some other, free ones kind of chucked out, but my regular weekly one, the plan is to have it be for my subscribers only. All right, that's going to do it for this one, and I'll see you guys next time.